You see this? You see this? So basically today's video is just me showing how I revamp my sewing. So from start to finish, adding tracks, dyeing it, and all of that. So deep conditioning my hair because anywho, so basically this is how I went from this to this. Welcome back to my channel. Today it is time to revamp, renew, restore this sewing because yeah, it's looking crazy. I've had this sewing in for close to a month now. My hair is extremely dry. My leave out is extremely dry. My scalp itches all the time. My bundles are full of oils and just a hot mess. Also, I had some tracks that were falling apart. We're gonna go ahead and renew this sewing and also do a little bit of self-care on my leave out. Let's get to the video. So now what I'm gonna do is I am separating my leave out from the bundles. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do some repair. So like I said, some tracks have been lifting, so I'm gonna go back to sew them at the top of my head. I feel like there could be more hair there, so I'm gonna see if I have some tracks left over that I can sew into that space so I can have a little bit more volume. So I am going to be separating the hair like section by section. Like as you can see here, this is the first track that goes like all around my head. I'm gonna go ahead, detangle the hair. Also, I had like pieces of just random pieces of hair just there, not hair, thread just hanging from places. So I'm gonna go ahead, cut those. Not all the track needs to be re-sewed, but some pieces do. So I'm just going back to do some reinforcement on some places, and that's about it. Like that's what I'll be doing for that part. And after, as well as doing the reinforcement, I'm gonna go ahead and add the track. I found a piece of like a track, like a double track. I found a piece, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the like middle top of my head, just to add a little bit more volume. And I had this space also in the back that like it was really thin, like there was a really huge gap between the last track and the one before the last. So I had like, it has to be something in the middle. As you guys can see, like the gap is huge, so like you could see, like I feel like you could see the track underneath. So I just wanted to add a little bit more hair so we can cover that track, and I can also have a little bit more hair at the top there because it felt kind of empty. Alright, so now that the tracks have been reinforced, and also I did add a new piece of hair, now everything is good. My hair is full, is the way I like it. Everything is reinforced. We're good to go. So now what I'm gonna do is unbraid my leave out so I can go ahead and start washing my hair.
No, I don't want to stay, no. You're breaking down the door. Don't let me go, no. I just wanna go.
The game plan here is we're gonna go ahead and start with drenching my hair with water. Make sure that the water goes all the way down to my braids and touches my scalp. And then when my hair is saturated with the water and everything, I'm gonna go in with my master cleanser from the Taraji P. Henson's brand. I don't really know how it's called, I'm sorry, but that bottle right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that. This is a cleanser, so it's pretty strong and it gets your hair squeaky clean. I actually really do like that product, so I'm gonna use that. And it also has like that little nozzle thing, so you can really target your scalp. So that's what I'm gonna use to wash my hair today. Put that inside my head, inside the tracks, between the braids, and start massaging my scalp. It is pretty hard, not gonna lie, because I do have a fishnet under there. So I have my braids, a fishnet, and then the weave is like sewed on top of all of that. So it's kind of hard, but I did manage to do it anyway. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start massaging my scalp. And after cleansing my scalp, I'm gonna go ahead and cleanse my leave out. And then after that, I'm gonna go in with a second shampoo. So I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Expertise brand. You can kind of see it, but it's that little like orange bottle over there. So that's what I'm gonna use to get my hair as clean as possible. Putting that all over my hair, my leave out at the same time, massaging. I am going to add some conditioner on my weave just so I can detangle it properly to get it ready for the dyeing process, because I'm going to dye the bundles a little darker because they're way too pale. Like the dye that I use, it's a semi dye, so when I wash the hair, the color goes away, so I need to reapply. I'm just gonna go ahead and detangle the hair, put it in a bun, and then start working on my leave out. I'm gonna go ahead and add this deep conditioning I just bought at She Moisture. It's my first time trying it. It's supposed to be an intensive deep conditioner, so I'm gonna apply a generous amount on my leave out. When I'm done with all of that, I'm gonna go ahead and, how you call that? Braid my leave outs so they're ready to go under the dryer. But before I go under the dryer, I need to dye my hair. So this will be our next step.
When you want, all the time, from the morning through the night.
Now it's time to dye the bundles. So like I said, they've been a little pale, so I'm trying to bring them back to like something close to my hair color. I'm applying the dye onto my hands, rubbing it together, and then applying that to the bundles. I'm just doing that a few times just to make sure it goes everywhere, all the way to the top of the track. Then I'm gonna put my shower cap on my head. And the reason I'm putting my shower cap on my head is actually for my leave outs, because I'm going to deep condition my hair, meaning I need to sit under the dryer. I do have low porosity hair, so I need to sit under the dryer to open up my pores so I can benefit the most out of the mask to get some moisture into this dry hair. And two birds, one stone. Since I need to dye my hair and I need to wait, I was just like, you know what, let's dye my hair and do my deep conditioner at the same time. So sit under the dryer for a good 30 minutes. Only time I may use it is when if I have a, how do you call that? So now that it's been 30 good minutes, again, back in the shower, jamming to some music, and I'm going to go ahead and wash off the dye and the deep conditioner. So I'm gonna rinse out my hair thoroughly, and then after that we can move on to like moisturizing and blow drying my hair and everything. So at this point, it's time to bring back some moisture into my hair. So I'm just gonna go ahead, separate the bundles from my leave out. I'm gonna add some leave-in conditioner that I have left off. I'm gonna add some Blue Magic on my hair as well. Grease my parts, grease my scalp a little bit as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring back some moisture, some nourishment into my hair. Also, I'm going to add some kind of like leave-in conditioner on the bundles as well so they can be soft. And I am going to prep for blow drying. I am not actually going to straighten my hair because I'm not gonna lie, heat damage kind of scares me because I do wear my hair natural most of the time, and I was trying to see like if the front of my hair was reverting properly. I feel like some pieces didn't revert completely, like they were still really just long, which usually like it didn't shrink as fast. So that kind of scared me, so I decided not to straighten my hair but only blow dry it. So that's what I'm prepping to do. So I'm gonna add some protector, how do you call those spray protector that you can add on your hair, like the heat protectant. I'm gonna add a heat protectant on my head, and then we're gonna start the blow drying process. Go ahead and sit under the dryer after this to dry my scalp as much as I can. So I'm gonna put my hair to the side and sit under the dryer for hours until I feel like my hair is dry enough, because these braids need to dry under there as well. So now that the majority of my scalp is dry, I am going to start blow drying my leave out so I can have like this blowout look, and then after that we can go ahead and style my hair and we'll be ready to go. So I'm just using a brush, brushing it, then after that going with the heat setting to the fullest. Do a few passes just to make sure it's like flat enough. Because like I said, I don't want to flat iron my hair. And another reason why I think it's important for me to go ahead and dry my hair, try to dry my braids under the dryer before blow drying my leave out, is because I don't want, if it's still humid, then it's just gonna revert back my hair. If my braids are wet, it's gonna drip, everything. So it's gonna, my hair, that's my leave out, it's directly touching the hair, so it's gonna get the bundles wet, it's gonna get the bundles damp, and then my hair is gonna get damped, and then just a whole mess, and then blow drying was just a waste. So that's why I go ahead, sit under the dryer for a few hours before going and blow drying my leave outs. Okay, so now my hair is ready to be styled. So I'm just gonna go ahead, brush my hair and the bundles all together. So I'm gonna brush my leave out and the weave together. I'm gonna use some flexi rod. I've been using them for a while and I love the puffy flowy look. If you see on my channel, I do it with my own hair as well, so I love this kind of puffy look. So I'm gonna use some flexi rod and do that, but first I need to detangle my hair, make sure it blends all together, and then after that I'm gonna separate and start adding the flexi rods. I use 3 sizes most of the time, but preferably I like to use the big one and the medium one. Okay, so there you have it. This is how basically I revamped my sewing. So this is how it looks. Really, really cute. I took out my rods this morning. So yeah, this is cute. I like this. The hair is definitely silkier, fresh. It feels better. It feels way better. I love this feeling. And I did dye it. It went back to a darker color, so that's good as well. I added a track, as you guys saw. It's fuller at the back, so I love this, and this is the final look. So thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you in my next one. Bye, y'all.
Don't let me go, no. I just want